I welcome you inside my mind. Can we take a trip around the grounds? Air umbrellas high, cause it's raining down with sounds. And watch for the sparks of inspiration as they flash. If they catch you.
My name's Silqe, or Kelvin, as my mum would say. I'm a rapper, freestyler, I produce, and I'm an all-round music addict. I mean, I've been writing lyrics for as long as I can remember. But the first full song I wrote, like with verses and a hook, I've done that when I was around 7. Music has always been a big part of my life, you know. It's something I always say is in my bones. Because I mean, my granddad, he taught and played steel pan for years. He had my mum and most of my aunties, they played in the band with him. And like, they performed at countless venues, carnivals. I mean, they even played for the Queen, and you know, all this before I was even born. So growing up, music's always been playing, whether it's at home or on a Friday night, we would all like get together at my nan's house, my cousins, my aunties, and just be together, you know. And I remember when the Pras and Maya song came out, the Ghetto Superstar. I swear, me and my auntie, like my auntie Melanie, we drove the family crazy because I learned all the Pras bits, like his verses, and she loved the hook. So we just repeat that song over and over again, singing our hearts out. Like my first stage experience was when me and my cousins, Chantel, Charlene, Carmen and Keisha, we entered a talent competition in Reading. Me, Chantel and Charlene, we were about 8 at the time. Carmen was 7 and Keisha was only 6. I remember I performed the Boom Shakalak tune by Apache Indian. And my cousins done this backing dance, so like my mum and my aunties like choreographed it and taught it to them. Like we won the first round and went through to the final. The crowd did vote us winners, but the first prize was I think it was a free night in a local hotel and some money to go out partying. So, you know, we were kids, we couldn't get that. So they gave us the second prize, but hey, that was cool. As I grew up, I kept on writing and rapping. I remember in my second year of school at Rice Green, I organised their first ever talent competition. And that was a lot of fun, you know, the teachers, the students, we all loved it. The song I done was More Money, More Problems by Puff Daddy and Mace, but obviously a radio hit. And it was in school I started producing as well. When I was about 14 or 15, my friend Blacker, known now as James Blackstar John, he gave me a copy of Fruity Loops. And once I got to grips with it, it wasn't long before I was spending all my days and all my nights just making beats. I often say music is my best friend, but really it's a lot more than that, you know, it's a big part of who I am as a person. Through it I've met some great people and I've had some seriously amazing experiences. Like I'll never forget the feeling I had when we was playing at Glastonbury in 2007 with Catch 22. That was something else completely. These days I keep myself busy with music whenever I can. I've just put my 3rd free mixtape out recently, that's called To Pay Homage, and I'm writing my 4th, and this one will be the first that I fully produce myself. I'm also working on an EP with De Facto Entertainment. We put one out before which was called the Hidden Truth EP, so this will be the follow-up to that. Now, as for why I'm in Annecy right now, well that's really thanks to Chris Chemist, a good friend of mine in Reading. He runs a Reality Shock record label. He introduced me to Yanis some time ago for me to rap a verse on a track that Yanis was doing with Henry P, Wicked singer. I did that and obviously it went well. Me and Yanis got on, so we chose to make a few more tracks together. Now musically we just hit it off, you know, his production style and his range is just perfect for me. So before long we had a good, something like 10 to 12 tracks down, and it was then Yanis suggested that we take him to the stage. So he rallied some good friends of his, all very talented musicians, and well, long story short, the 45 experience was born. So far we've played 8 times now in 4 different cities in France, and luckily the responses and feedback has all been positive. So we're currently choosing tracks now for our first EP, which we're going to release on the RockRadioHermes label. And in the meantime, we're just going to play every stage we can. So that's me. Strong, intelligent lyrics quantified eloquently, or in a word, Silqe.
And those who started it, they don't want to end it. So unless we end this shit will be endless. We need to kill inequality, Parliament. If you follow the oneness till the prophecy gleams, like the North Star honestly is fucking. Right now more than apologies, we need real equality, follow me. If you follow the oneness till the prophecy gleams,